Hello there. This is Science 2.0. Well, it's a new year, and I'd like to tell you about the latest prophecy that's been going around, is that after 2020, we're going to have World War III. Now, you know me. I support the Iraq War. I support the war in Afghanistan. So there's really no reason why I shouldn't support World War III. Because all war is justified. I mean, it's not as if our government would go to war for no reason or anything. This theory that we're going to have World War III just because it happens to be 2020 and for some reason humanity can't progress past 2020 stems from a long line of fun prophecies. I remember when Harold Camping said that the world would end in 1995, and it didn't. And everyone pointed and laughed at him because he was wrong. But he wasn't wrong, he was actually right. You have to understand, the world will end at some point before the sun engulfs it. I just know it. I just feel it in my bones, as do the Mayans, you know? I trust the Mayan calendar like anything. You gotta give credit to these roadside Nostradamuses who keep predicting that the end is near. I trust the Mayans. I bet the Mayans knew what they were talking about. When they made a calendar that only went up to 2012, they meant that the world was going to end. They didn't they didn't just not make a calendar past 2012 because they knew that they wouldn't need it, because they wouldn't last for thousands upon thousands of years, because that's insane. But again, it's because they thought the world was going to end. It's not because they were practical calendar makers. Same goes for Harold Camping. He made incredible predictions based on the Biblia. Like, for instance, if you add 3 and 3, and then you add that to the 2 sticks on Jesus' cross and the 48 thorns on his crown, you get July 12, 2006, which actually isn't when the world ended. But he thought it would, so how can you blame him? Harold Camping is an old man. Or maybe he's dead by now, I forget. But the point being, you gotta respect these fellas who keep saying the end is nigh and waste time making preparations for the end. It's gonna be World War III up in here in just a little bit. You gotta understand. That's just how it is, baby. We can't progress past 2020, and I am sure that the fact that we've got a presidential election on the way doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if Bernie Sanders, the crazy man, is in office. Hell, liberals, don't try. Don't worry if Trump's getting out of office. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what leader we've got, because every leader, including Trump, wants to go to war with Iraq. So World War III is happening, baby. It's a great prophecy. I really like it. You got the fact that the world, the end is nigh. The fact that the world won't end even when the Milky Way and Andromeda converge into Milkdromeda has nothing on the fact that humans are so bad at keeping any semblance of order. That's why I'm here living in civilization, because humans are bad at maintaining a civilization. and we just want to go to war with each other, and we're going to self-destruct. Either that, or it's going to be God, or it's the Four Horsemen, or something. Either Jesus is involved and the Antichrist is involved, and they're going to have an epic battle like Damien from The Omen, or that's not how it's going to work, and it'll just be humans. But I'm hedging my bets on the fact that Damien from The Omen is going to pop up, and I'll have a statue of Jesus in his closet that he talks to and makes fun of. And then Jesus, of course, will save the faithful, and we'll all go floating up to heaven in the nude. Because that's what Harold Camping says will happen, and I can't say that Harold Camping is wrong. So my point being, yeah, it's gonna be World War III up in this his ass real soon. And you know how World War III is gonna happen. I keep hearing about World War III. You know how it's gonna happen. Everyone dies. Certainly we'll engage in a conflict of that caliber, because you know what humans really don't want to do is live. I mean, why should I live when I've got heaven waiting for me? I mean, it's not like heaven is not as good as this earthly existence. I don't like my body. I don't like all that. I've got a soul. It's waiting to float up to heaven during this heavenly nice war. It's World War III, baby, and the atomic bombs are coming up. I always love prophecies like this, because it means that maybe, just maybe, I'll get to see Voltaire and all the cool people burn in hell, and me and my church buddies go up and float up to the sky nude, because the rapture is coming, baby. And that's right. It's World War III time, because it's 2020, and the fact that it's around here and the end of a decade means something. It means something significant. You can always deduce something from completely random numbers. Why didn't World War III happen in 2019? Because it's not 2020, baby. You know, it's got to be a round number after the birth of Christ. I certainly enjoy Anno Domini and before Christ. Anyone who calls it the Common Era is just the same fellas who say we ought to say Happy Holidays rather than Merry Christmas. That's how it is. And I've been Alex Jones, your honest to goodness, no goblin. And it's a happy and cheery new year here in Science 2.0, because I know that pretty soon it's going to be World War III, and there won't be any regulations on how much money I need to give to the government, or if I have to give up my stockpile of nuclear weapons. There will be no regulations, and there will be no rules, and I can go out like the good conservative boy I am, float up to heaven, nude, and then party hardy, 'cause it's the afterlife, baby. It's World War III time up in this is as. You know, and I just think of all those godless atheists who won't want to fight, and then they'll end up going to hell once the Antichrist comes up with his team of 1,000 locusts and eats everyone. And you gotta think, well, you ought to have fought in World War III, the newest upcoming cool prophecy that I just can't wait for. Because you might think we prophesizers don't want these calamities to happen, but let me tell you, we really do. We want to get these prophecies into the public consciousness to make you as paranoid as possible, and then we'll worm you into whatever agenda we've got hidden. You know, we can make you convert to a wacky religion. We can make you change your political affiliations. We can do anything, all for the sake of convincing you that World War III is right over the horizon, and there's very little you can do to stop it, unless you listen to us and buy Ben Shapiro's book, True Allegiance, on sale now. Okay, I've been doing quite a bit of talking. I thought this channel was over. I guess it's not. Happy New Year, everyone. World War III is right over the horizon, and I'm very fortunate I caught this conspiracy theory just yesterday. Alright, it's time for a Science 2.0 fun fact. Did you know that if you stacked up 5 Ben Shapiros, the one on the bottom and the one second from the bottom would probably have brain injuries because the other 3 Ben Shapiros would be rather heavy standing on each other's heads? Okay, that was a Science 2.0 fun fact concerning Ben Shapiro. World War III is just over the horizon, so remember, stay prepared. It's fallout time. Build those shelters and happy Hare Krishna Rama Rama. Science 2.0 out.